everybody, and welcome to a Persona 3 tech demo. So what I'm doing here today, besides showing off the introduction here, is we're going to be looking at, well, what is this going to look like when it's eventually uploaded onto YouTube? I don't know. I've done some tests currently to see what it's going to look like on my computer and see what some of the potential issues are when it comes to the graphics. Obviously, so what this is Persona 3 Portable. Persona 3 Portable was released for the PSP. It is another version of Persona 3. I think there's Persona 3, Persona 3 Fez. This is Persona 3 Portable. I think that's it. I hope that's it when it comes to the versions. And so because this was made for the PlayStation, for the PSP, PSP, P3P, whatever. Because it was released for the PSP, the resolution is kind of supposed to be for a smaller screen, which may look good on YouTube, but I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't look good on full screen on my monitor. It looks a little fuzzy, which is to be expected because it's not, supposed to be that big. But what we're doing here is I want to go ahead and see what it's going to look like ultimately. A couple differences for the Persona 3 Portable is you can now play as a female rather than a male main character, which unlocks a bunch of different new social links. Obviously, there's the romance option for both the guy and the girl, and so it changes who you can be in romantic relationships with. It changes the storyline slightly, not much, but just a little bit. The main story will remain the same throughout the entire thing. So no worries there. I'm hoping we'll see the second cutscene, or the second intro cutscene here. Okay, we are going to see it. Good. Earlier I couldn't get this one to come up for some reason. I don't know what the problem was. But so we'll be playing through as the woman this time around, not playing through as the guy. I haven't quite decided if I want to play through as the woman and then maybe play through as the guy later and just show the two differences. There's really no bonus to doing a New Game Plus. There's a couple changes, but it's not as detailed, or it's not like there's not like a lot in the New Game Plus to see. There's just a little bit of a different ending. Additionally, there's, as far as I've looked and seen, there's no new persona or anything for the second playthrough, and we'll be able to complete all of the quests and all of the social links the first time. We shouldn't have a problem with that. It's going to be a little bit difficult, but we should be able to do it. And unfortunately, this game is a little different when it comes to the dungeons, so rather than like Persona 4, it definitely harkens back to what I remember as like the Persona 1 days, where the dungeons are long, the dungeons are difficult, and there's a lot of grinding, and you may be running around for a longer amount of time. I'm not going to spoil too much for this, for later, but long story short, we're going to be spending a lot of time in the dungeons trying to get things done. So I think that goes ahead and takes care of that introduction. So this is the female main character. So I want to go ahead and load up a couple examples just to show off the differences for what we'll be seeing for this Let's Play rather than like Persona 4. The first thing that's different is you can see here that everything's done by a cursor system rather than moving your character around. I guess the cursor is technically your character in this case, but it's not a 3D environment. This is, I would consider, this is isometric view, but it's 2D when it comes to not being able to move your character around. You can't move the camera around. There's really no reason for you to move the camera around. And just show you what the town map looks like. It's the same thing as the other games where you press D to go to the map, or go to the quick place. But you can see here, there's basically like a background with some sprites populating it. And I can actually view all of the different locations that you can interact with. But there's really no 3D environment. Of course, you've got the Velvet Room. So because of that, it's the game itself, even the cutscenes aren't going to have the 3D environment. They're all going to be 2D, where you have two people talking to each other. which I think is nicer. It'll definitely help us get through the cutscenes a little bit quicker. In all, this game I feel is shorter than Persona 4, at least for the social links. They're they're just overall a lot shorter. When you're talking to people, it's going to pop up just like this. And that's basically going to be the entire game. There's only a couple cutscenes where you'll be in 3D. So it's going to be interesting. It may not be as visually interesting as Persona 3, but we'll make do, or as Persona 4, sorry, but we'll make do. Additionally, let's go ahead and jump into the dungeons, though. The dungeons actually are 3D, and you can, let's go ahead and let this load up. You can rotate the camera. You can see here that you've got everything's 3D generated rather than the 2D backgrounds. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Let's go into battle here so we can show this off. Battles are going to be very, very similar to previous games. Well, for Persona 4, my previous game. Where you've got your skills, you've got your persona, just like this. It's the same thing where you've got your all-out attacks, you've got your shuffle times, everything is still here. And overall, we're not expecting to see anything really different when it comes to the combat system. Oh no. The shuffle system is considerably different. We're gonna go ahead and just draw a blank card, that should be fine. The XP system's different a little bit, money system's definitely different. So because of all of this, I just wanted to show this off because, first of all, I don't know what it's going to look like on screen. I don't know, what is this going to look like on YouTube? What is this going to look like on my computer monitor? Well, I can already tell you a little bit that it looks really weird to be zoomed in like this. Some of the lines just don't look as clean and clear cut. So just take that into account. I don't know what the volume sound is going to sound like. The music's a little different than 4. It's a different flavor. Because of that, I don't know what it's going to sound like. I'm hoping to have all that balanced out, but I want to, go ahead and test that out now and go ahead and put that on YouTube. Get some, if you have any feedback, let me know. I'm going to be listening myself, make sure I balance my voice versus the music so we're not drowning each other out. I'm going to do as much as I can to, I really can't do much when it comes to the visualizations, and what this looks like. If there's something weird, I'll see what I can do, but largely what you see here is what we're going to be doing this time around. When it comes to this Let's Play, we're going to be doing, we've got a long list of quests that we'll be completing and taking care of. We'll be doing all of them. I'll be getting all of the social links, of course, as you expect. They're all here. Just like every other Persona game, recent Persona game. I assume Persona 5 will be the same way. And so I'll be finishing up the Persona Compendium as expected, like we did for 4. So we'll be doing all of that in the initial playthrough. Now, when it comes to New Game Plus, there's really not a lot there. There is one particular change, like ending change, that we may discuss, but I may not show off simply because there's really no reason to go through the game twice unless you want to play both male and female characters to see both sides of the story. I don't know if that's what I want to do. I haven't quite decided yet. That may be something I decide at the end of the Persona 3 playthrough, the initial one, and then maybe I'll just do the male Let's Play after that as a New Game Plus to show off the ending. I will be doing, for at least for the female, I'll be doing all romance options possible, including people who are not of this world and people who are way too damn young to be part of the romance portion. We'll get there, don't worry. But we'll be doing all of that, so show that off. The difference, of course, between the guy and the girl is the guy can only date one person. He cannot date everyone that he wants, and the woman actually can. She can date everyone and there's no consequences, which I think is bizarre. I know why it is, and I'll explain why it is when we get into the game, but it's just kind of strange, quite frankly. But I'll be showing off all of that. I'll be showing off grinding stuff. Unfortunately, Persona 3 is a little bit of a throwback to like Persona 1 type stuff where you may have to grind a little bit to get what you need, which is okay. It's not as bad as Persona 1. I may do a Let's Play for Persona 1 one day, the original the remastered version of the original game, and I'll explain if I ever do that what that grinding stuff means, because holy crap, especially due to random battles. We obviously here we don't have random battles, it's all on screen, so that's great. So let me know if there's anything volume-wise that sounds weird. There's not, like I said, there's not much I can do for the graphics, unfortunately. If there's anything in particular that looks a little strange, I'll see what I can do, but I can't sharpen the images. If there's anything editing-wise that I may need to do, we'll see what comes out of it. But this is largely what you're going to get when we do this Let's Play. So go ahead, tell me what you think, and go ahead and listen to the volumes, make sure that I sound decent, and if you see anything that needs to be changed, let me know. And then eventually, I think we'll probably be getting around to Persona 3 sometime at the beginning of August. We still have like 5 or 6 episodes of Persona 4 that I need to complete, and then I'll be done, and I'll be starting probably like a week or so after the final episode on Persona 3. So stay tuned, and I hope to see you then. Like I said, leave your feedback, let me know what you think, and I will see you then.